The custom reel from Saltstrong, the Otus 2500, has been on the market for 1 year now, and I've been beating it up pretty hard for the past year. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to do a long-term review on it, and we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the things I like, pros and cons, and everything else in between. So let's get right into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Pat from Saltstrong, and when the Otus came out about a year ago, I decided to pick up a couple of them and run them through the paces, and I'm not going to treat them any different than I would any of my other reels. That wouldn't be fair. I'm going to do the same thing, which, by the way, I'm pretty much tough on my equipment, and see how they last. I'm not really concerned about what it feels like out of the box so much. What's it going to feel like in a month, in 3 months, in 6 months, and a year? That's the stuff that interests me, and that's what I want to do in this video. Anytime that I do a review on a product, it's something that I've been using for quite some time. It's not going to be some brand new shiny object that you see that just came out of a box. It's going to have some dents and some scratches, and it's going to be beat up just like these reels are here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the specs. I know that's going to come up. So the reel itself, the Otus 2500, it is going to be right in that 7-ounce range. It's a composite body. It's got 7 stainless steel bearings in it. It's 36 inches per turn on the retrieve. It's got 14 pounds of drag. And to be honest with you, it's pretty much right there in the middle of the market. It's a lightweight reel, but what I was really concerned about is going to be the durability on it. So what I did was I put it on a lot of my rods. These are 2 reels that I rotated out a lot. By far, I use these 2 reels more than any of the other ones that I have in my arsenal, and I really wanted to put them through the paces. And what I find out is, it's actually a pretty tough reel. It's pretty smooth out of the box, but after a year of using them every day on every single trip, and I'm fishing out of a kayak, I do probably 90% of my fishing out of a kayak, I do some wading trips, and I do fish out of a boat. So it's seen a lot of use. And the type of stuff that I do, the type of fishing that I do, is mostly artificial. So these reels literally have tens of thousands of casts each reel on them. So, I've done a lot of use with them, and I've used top waters with them. I've used jig heads with them. I've used paddle tails. I've used shrimp imitations. I've used just about anything, even cut bait. I've done some cut bait fishing with them, and no matter what I've done, it's performed pretty well. I haven't had really any issues with it. Matter of fact, after a year, the only thing that I've done is I've oiled the points that you're supposed to, so around the bail arm and around the handle itself, and then inside the handle in there. I've literally done that twice. So about every 6 months I've oiled that. I rinse it off. Again, I'm terrible at maintenance. I've rinsed it off maybe about every 3 weeks, right around there. I know you're supposed to do it every trip, but by the time I get home after that hour drive, I forget a lot of things. So maybe about every 3 weeks I've been rinsing these off. I know I should be better at that, but regardless, even though without the proper maintenance, these things still, they're great. Are they as smooth as they came out of the box? No, they're slightly, they've got a little bit more, you could feel it a little bit more, but nothing out of the ordinary. None of the reels I have. I've got some $400 reels, I got some $300 reels, I got some $200 reels. Every one of them, after about a year's worth of use, they just don't feel the exact same that they came out of the box. Matter of fact, I've got a couple of reels that I sent in, and I just had them serviced, and those reels, those $300 reels, actually don't feel as good as this reel, even after the service. And this one hasn't had anything done in a year other than the oiling. I haven't opened up the case. I haven't, lubed the gears or anything like that. It's just the way it comes out of the box. So I would say durability, it's held up really well. It's been a solid performer. Now let's talk about some things that stood out to me when it comes to using this reel for a year. Now the drag, it's got 14 pounds of drag, and I know a lot of reels on the market have a higher number, but to me the drag, the pounds that it has, is kind of a glamour number. It's kind of like bearings, and the drag, pounds is something that these manufacturers have really inflated. And honestly, in an inshore reel, you're only using 2, 3, maybe 4 pounds of pressure. So having 22, 25, whatever pounds of pressure, it's really overkill. I'm more concerned about how smooth that drag is. I don't want any chattering, I don't want any surging, nothing like that. And this reel has performed flawlessly. Haven't had any issues with that. It's as smooth as can be today as it was when it was brand new. So I really like the drag on this reel. Nah, it's red. Nice red. Very cool. This is the one we've been waiting for in the morning. I really do love the sound of this Otus 2500, the drag. It is just, it's loud, and it lets you know that fish is pulling out some line. Another thing, and it's small, but man, it's made such a difference. That little EVA foam handle that you see right there, that thing has really, I love this thing to the point where I've actually looked into changing all my other reels into this EVA foam. I just like it a lot. I've got two other reels that have that besides the Otis. I've got a Pin Clash 2 that's got it, and then I've got another one that's got that EVA foam. But by far, that is my favorite grip material, and that's my favorite shape of the grip. It's not too big where it gets in the way, and it's not too small to where it feels like you're, basically holding on to a toy. It's a great size and a great material. I really like that EVA foam. So when it comes to the pros, lightweight, great drag, that EVA foam handle, durability, those are all the pros. Now, with everything, nothing is perfect. Nothing is 100%. There is a con that I'm going to have, and really the glaringly obvious con that I can come up with on this one is the fact that it has that reverse switch on there. To be honest with you, I don't know why reels have a reverse switch. In my 45 plus years of fishing, I have never reeled a reel backwards. So I think this is just an item that's put on a reel that might be some, decades ago where people used to do that stuff. But to me, it's an extra part that adds weight, that gives another breaking point, and also, possible entry to that gear case for water to get into. So I'd like to see that go away. But, that's my opinion. I would love to hear from you. Have you ever used the anti-reverse reel or the anti-reverse mechanism on a spinning reel? And, maybe, I can't pretend that I know everything. Maybe there's a reason out there that I just don't know about, and that's why they're still on here. But to me, it's something that can go away. I'd love to know your opinions. Put it down in the comments below. So if you're looking for a lightweight, durable reel that's not going to break the bank, definitely check out the Otus 2500. It's worth the money. And this is the reel that comes in the bundles and the combos that we have at fishstrong.com. So if you're looking for a good setup, it's called the Salt Strong system. So it has the rod, the reel, the line, everything you need on that point, and then every lure that we sell that you're going to need to be prepared for all the seasons. It's a great package. It's a great discount. And again, if you are an insider, you get huge discounts off this package. That is called the Salt Strong System Bundle. So hopefully this video answered some questions that you might have on the Otus 2500. If there's some that you still have that I didn't answer, go ahead and put those down in the comments below. Or if you're an insider, hit me up in the community and I'll answer them there. So as always, I do appreciate you watching, and I hope your next trip out on the water is a great one. Bye.